Sometimes you just want a cold glass of Coke Zero. But we all know there's a genius out there who says, oh, just drink water. But you don't want water. You want a glass of cold Coke Zero. And we've all had that person around the family table.
A big, loving family gathered around the table.
Who says, oh, Diet Coke is better. Maybe you should drink regular Coke. Coke Zero is dangerous. And you just want to gently say, shh. But you can't do that because you don't have the evidence, you don't have the confidence. I'm going to give that to you today. So let's get it with my Coke. So first off, a lot of people freak out when they hear the word carcinogen. But what does it really mean? A carcinogen is a substance that could potentially cause cancer. However, experts classify carcinogens into groups based on the strength of the evidence. And there's 3 groups. So you've got 3 groups. Group 3 is no solid evidence these cause cancer. And this is things like coffee, fluorescent lights. So there's no solid evidence that these things cause cancer. Then you've got group 2B. And this is possibly carcinogenic. However, it's got limited evidence, and these are often from animal studies. Then you have... If I can interrupt this video just for a few seconds, just to tell you that I've partnered with Power Fitness UK. And as you can see here, they have gym wear that actually fits well, feels good, and looks the part. So go check them out. And you can enter my discount code, which is KyleVickers10, just to give yourself 10% off. And of course, it also supports me at no extra cost to you. This would mean the world to me as a small creator. Thank you so much. Back to the video. Group 2A. These are probably carcinogenic, with stronger but still limited. Stronger but still limited evidence. So aspartame, the sweetener in Coke Zero, is classified in group 2B. That means possibly carcinogenic, based mostly on rodent studies. And here's the thing, many everyday foods are in that same category, like pickled vegetables and aloe vera extract. And here's a few others in the same category, the 2B category. Here's a few things. Pickled vegetables, aloe vera whole leaf extract, talcum powder, carbon black, which is found in tires, gasoline fumes, some electromagnetic fields, such as your phone, lead, low-level exposure, certain occupational exposure, such as carpentry dust. And then in group 2A, this is the group that's got the stronger evidence, okay, that could potentially cause cancer. You've got things like red meat or very hot beverages or night shift work, emissions from frying food, glyphosate, which is basically a weed killer, air pollution, hairdressing or barber occupational exposure, or indoor biomass burning, wood fires in a poorly ventilated area. So let's go off on a bit of a tangent on the red meat, because it often gets a bad rep online. Some say red meat causes cancer, but large studies show it's more about correlation than causation. People eating lots of red meat may have higher risk of cancer, but that's often because they have other unhealthy habits, like eating processed meats, smoking, not sleeping well. Healthy diets usually involve lean meats, fish, chicken, and turkey. The real culprit here seems to be processed meats, not red meat. It's not always about the food. It's about the lifestyle habits that go along with it. If your auntie or that person that sits at the family table worries about Coke Zero,
the moving finger points at you.
Remind her that replacing sugary drinks with Coke Zero, the no sugar alternative, can actually help reduce calorie intake. And why is this important? Obesity is a major risk for cancer, heart disease, stroke, and other illnesses. Cutting out sugar-sweetened beverages and switching to Coke Zero could help create a calorie deficit, which is key for weight loss and better health. So then how much aspartame is safe? So here's the science on aspartame safety. Studies show consuming up to 50 milligrams per kilogram of body weight per day is safe. But what does that mean practically? How does that look? So 50 milligrams per kilogram of body weight. So we'll take me as an example. So I'm 94 kilograms at the moment. So 94 times 50 equals 4,700 milligrams of aspartame. That's the safe amount that I'm allowed to have every day. Now, each can of Coke Zero has roughly 87 milligrams of aspartame. So how does that look? So I'm allowed 4,700. Each can of Coke has 87. So 4,700 divided by 87. That means I'm allowed to have 54 cans of Coke Zero every day. 54 cans of Coke Zero. Now, I don't know about you, but I certainly don't drink 54 cans of Coke Zero every day. So I think I'm okay. So let's break down aspartame in the body, because this is important to know. So when you drink Coke Zero, aspartame breaks down into three components. First is methanol, which is about 10%. Then you get aspartic acid, which is about 40%. Then you get phenylalanine, which is about 50%. Sounds scary? Here's the comparison. One glass of tomato juice has 6 times more methanol than a can of Coke Zero. One egg, just one egg, has 34 times the amount of aspartic acid. 100 grams of beef can contain anywhere from 16 to 32 times more of that word that's hard to say than a can of Coke Zero. And these compounds are common in everyday foods. The amounts in Coke Zero are very low. At the end of the day, life is about making the best possible choices, not perfect choices, because nobody's perfect. Sure, water is healthier than soda or Coke Zero, whatever you call it. But if you want a nice fizzy drink, nice cold fizzy drink, Coke Zero is fine. Just like with alcohol, but moderation is key. Even water can be toxic in huge amounts, so it's all about balance. So the next time your family member or your friend who believes the earth is flat comes to you and tells you about Coke Zero and how dangerous it is, you can confidently say this to them: aspartame is safe within reasonable limits. Coke Zero can actually help me reduce calories and support weight management. Many everyday foods contain similar or higher amounts of the same compounds found in Coke Zero. Obesity and poor lifestyle choices are far bigger health risks than drinking a glass of Coke Zero. Remember, it's about sustainable, healthy habits, and sometimes that means enjoying your favorite glass of fizzy drink. Now, I hope that video was useful and you got something out of it. As always, if it was, please leave a like and a comment. And if you're new here and you want to see more videos like this, please consider subscribing. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you have a good day, and I'll see you in the next one.